Hey guys, so my name's Chris. I thought I'd just quickly introduce myself as to a little bit of the life experiences that I've had and some of the achievements that I've been able to, achieve and talk to you guys about why I'd love to help you or your kids with a number of different things. So firstly, I guess where I got to this level in my life, or this particular point in time in my life, was quite a journey, as it is for all of us. But for me, growing up as a kid, I was extremely sporty. I ended up going right through to a elite level, and I was a professional athlete for 1 year within AFL. For those of you who follow that sport, for 1 year, I chose to leave that as I didn't enjoy it once I got there. From there, I pursued all of my music stuff, which I still do a fair bit of now. So I'm a songwriter, an audio engineer, a vocal engineer. I write the compositions as well. I produce the music, and from there I've had a number of tracks which I've been very fortunate to have do really well, that have managed to get international recognition. I've had songs on the radio. I've done a lot of things like that. So I enjoyed that process, but the reason I mention all of those things is because in and amongst my travels, my job's taken me around the world. I've got to meet a heap of people from all different cultures, all different backgrounds, different ages, and learn so much about the world from this. Most importantly, I learn about myself, which has been important to then know how to help not just myself but others. And organically, in and amongst all of my music and my travels, I play instruments too, which is sort of what led me down the whole sound healing path as well, to play those type of instruments. And knowing what I learned about the universe along the way, I decided to try and use all my musical background and experience to try and change frequencies to make them so that they are the ones that are of healing nature, not just the stuff we like listening to. And that's sort of how all that come about. In and amongst my own journey, I was able to learn so much about myself because, I just gave you a little bit of a mini snapshot of what I'd call, a highlight reel. But along the way, the amount of downs that I had was far more, or outweighed by a long way, the highs that I had. And from that's where my learnings have come from. And from there, I learned all about energy. So I did Reiki, so I become a qualified Reiki teacher or practitioner or whatever you want to call it. I learned more about just not myself but us as a race and how we all operate, and I really am working on being an energy master, so to speak, not in the egotistical sense of the word for master, but just to really know all limitations, or whether there is or isn't any boundaries within our actual energetic fields, how to work it, do all these things. And a lot of that comes through music. A lot of it I learned in my sporting days. I'm still currently a coach as well. I coach sporting clubs, and I've been working with people and their kids for the last 4 or 5 years, in and amongst everything else that I've been doing. So to have an opportunity like this to potentially work with you and your kids to help teach you, as much as I possibly can, or help facilitate with whatever problems you guys are having, ranging from all of the musical stuff right through to empowering, which I'm going to touch on now. So with everything I've learned and everything I've gone through and all the people I've been able to help, with all of the ups and downs that I've had through my life so far, getting to the top of a sporting, profession, and then same with the music. It's taken me internationally, and I've been able to tour as an international artist for the last 10 years. And all the writing, with all of the darkness that I've gone through myself, it's taught me how to empower myself and understand myself and get through hard times. And I just want to pass that on or pay it forward. So the biggest thing which I've been, labelled as by people the last 4 or 5 years is an empowermentalist. And that was a word I made up probably 5 or 6 years ago, when I sort of found myself helping people in this way. And it's a combination of empowerment, empowering yourself, and to empower another, and then of course the mentalist side as well, which is really big, understanding yourself in your mind to then apply the things that we talk about. So yeah, for the last 4 or 5 years I've been doing that, and that's what I'm extremely passionate about now, to try and pass on my life experiences and and to help facilitate whoever it is who needs help. Maybe you, maybe your kid, or maybe it's not about getting help. Maybe it's about just taking yourself from being in a really good place to a great place, or from a great place to an unbelievable place, or if you're in a really dark time, just to get you through. Like the word empowerment and empowering and self-empowerment, I should say, comes in many different facets and forms. And I guess I'm opening up myself to try and help people with all these things, so and empower you ultimately, and your kids. So that's a little bit about me, what I'm passionate about, why I'd love to help you guys with everything. And as I said, I do feel somewhat privileged and extremely honoured in a way to be able to help you and your kids and help shape the future, which is what we're all going to do together. Build that community, build hopefully a good friendship and relationship along the way, and get through whatever life's going to throw at us and its challenges all together. So hopefully that's a little bit of a snapshot about what I've done in my life so far. Very general speaking, but hopefully that gives a little bit of a picture. And if you have any questions at all about what I've done, or how I've got to where I'm at to now, or what I want to do moving forward, or anything at all, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to take on a phone call or have a chat in person or whatever. So hopefully meet you all very soon, and hope this helps.